just said that you started your LIV golf career in London with the Majestics. A couple weeks from now, we're going to be back in London. Full circle, 12 months since that first tournament. What was that tournament like, being one of the first LIV golfers? And kind of 1 year later, you know, how's your experience been?
Two things I remember about London. I was a bit not totally sure about what to expect when I turned up, and kind of once I kind of got there and got familiar with the surroundings, it kind of fell into place. The other thing that I really remember was the first shotgun, and I was starting on a par 3 on the back 9, and I just remember how we're kind of out in the golf course. There weren't load of fans around our tee, but it was this kind of big build to hitting a shot, which I'd kind of only experienced when you're in the final group of a big tournament, because it's there's a lot going on. You're on the range with kind of 48 guys, music's blaring, the atmosphere's kind of building, and then you're out to a tee waiting for the shotgun to go off. And I think that kind of sense of excitement, it was new. I think it took me 3 or 4 events to kind of figure out a kind of routine where I can kind of just calm myself down, because I felt quite wired to hit my first tee shot of the week. So those are the two kind of abiding memories of London, were kind of how different that aspect was, and kind of the newness of the format and the event and all that. Just kind of learning to embrace that, I guess.
And how far, through your eyes and being there from the beginning, has LIV come in this past year?
So far, yeah. I think that's been, interesting to kind of be involved there and then see it grow. I mean, the caliber of player that has come since then has massively improved. I mean, and I'm not saying at the beginning the field wasn't strong, but it was if you look at it now, and I was talking to the guys last week about Singapore and the scoring there, and just how strong the scoring was there. And I think as a golfer, you always kind of compare yourself with where am I now compared to, if I was playing on another tour or playing this event on another tour. You're trying to kind of get a feel for where you are with your game. And I think Singapore, the scoring was so good there, kind of almost throughout the whole field. It's brought it home, kind of certainly from a playing standpoint, just how competitive it is out here. It's and I kind of only see that continuing to improve. I think the way the guys are starting to feel more comfortable in the format and getting, and I think results are from a team aspect is massive now. You need to be finishing in top 3 of the team to earn money for the team and all that kind of stuff, which I think is pushing people to work harder and basically play better.
Now, how excited are you to be going back to the UK and playing in London?
Yeah, really excited. I think it's going to be interesting to see, to your point, how a year's kind of growth with LIV, what that's going to do to kind of fan experience, and I guess how we're received there. Because my feeling is people are starting to embrace LIV in the format and basically see it for what it is. It's not it's trying to be kind of additive to golf. It's not trying to reinvent wheels or kind of step on too many toes. I mean, I think it's trying to bring a different lively format to it, and I think if people like that and want to get on board and support that, that's great. And my sort of feeling from seeing how it's evolved is I think LIV's winning that battle. I think you look at how Adelaide went down, and if it can continue to grow in that respect, I think it's going to have a decent loyal fan base who just want to kind of enjoy the golf, enjoy what comes with it, with the music and the partying and that kind of stuff. And so I'm hoping London will be really, really strong. I think the field that they're going there with this year is brilliant. And so I think in that respect, we're going to hopefully see a lot of golf fans come out and really enjoy that weekend.
What's your favorite thing about going home and playing in the UK?
I think home comfort's hard to beat. like for me, it'd be like a good cup of tea, like the kind of boring stuff like that. I think knowing what to expect a little bit in terms of, like food and kind of. I mean, I feel that's the most boring answer in the world, isn't it? Like, what am I looking forward to about going home, a cup of tea? But it's like, it would just be home comforts, I think. Just being kind of feeling comfortable in an environment and obviously, hopefully having a great turnout and people that are going to come and enjoy the golf.
And while we're there, all eyes are going to be on British sports. Wimbledon's going on, Formula One, the Ashes Cricket League, going on at the similar time. Like, how can LIV add to that landscape of all these big golf sports events happening?
Well, I think like LIV has got and it's building its own identity within that. I think it's a perfect vehicle for people to come watch the golf. Like enjoy some of the best players in the world coming through on a hole. You can pick a hole, watch them come through, and then you've got the kind of partying aspect afterwards. I feel like compared to other golf events, there's a lot less of a kind of stuffy vibe. You're encouraged to make noise, enjoy yourself, like borderline heckle the players. I think there's a line there, but from what I've seen with the fans so far, they've respected that line, and it's been fun. So that's where I'd like to see it evolve, and I think it's carving that identity for itself. I've talked about Adelaide, but I think that as a model is awesome, and if LIV can continue to do that, then you're going to get a lot of people want to come and watch and enjoy that, because as a kind of sporting day out, I mean, if you took the Ashes and Wimbledon, they're awesome days, but it's very much sort of a bit of quiet applause and nodding your head, versus LIV's going for something a bit different, and I think that's great. So I think as a tour, we should embrace that and kind of get people involved in that process as much as possible.
Now to be on a team with some of your heroes, like, what is that like?
I mean, you said it. We've spent so long doing it for ourselves, and the team element, if I'm being absolutely honest, has had much more of an effect on me than I thought it would. You can't help but get involved in it, and I think this year the teams have kind of folded in more. There's a level of professionalism to which it stepped up from last year, and so I mean it's it surprised me how much I've kind of bought into it and enjoyed that aspect of playing golf. I think what it provides is, you get a chance to be on a team of guys who have, effectively legends of the game. And on the same team, you'll get people just coming into pro golf, or people like myself, kind of maybe in the middle of their career, trying to find ways to improve and take their game to the next level. So, I've always thought if you kind of want to improve and push yourself, you have to surround yourself with people who are at that level or above, and observe and just kind of organically pick things up to improve. So that's what LIV has kind of given every player. It's that platform to see what some of the best players in the world do, and not just observe it from afar. You're involved with it. You're having breakfast together, lunch. You're seeing their schedules. It's incredible from that respect, to be honest, and something that has had more of an effect on me than I thought it might.